There comes a time in every artist's life when they have to delete geometry that they lovingly crafted just to meet some arbitrary triangle budget. So in this video we'll have a look at how GamiFlow lets you approach non-destructive geometry destruction. So let's say we want to optimize this cube shape thing with extra edges into a simple cube. How do you normally do that? You just come to edit mode, select all those superfluous edges and click dissolve edges. And then you do the same on the top. But the problem is, if you do that, then you also have to keep a backup version of your original mesh so that you can use it as the high poly, and then you have to always keep them in sync, which I find extremely painful. So the way you do it in GamiFlow is you just select the edges, press Shift V, and then click Mark High Detail. And now if we generate the low poly, we can see that our low poly has been optimized to exactly what we wanted, except now we can easily go back to the original mesh. And if we click Make High, our high poly mesh is identical to what we have in the working set, so that's perfect. So we can still optimize the top area, so we're going to select those 4 edges there, extend the selection a bit, Shift V, mark as high detail, test that it did work. So in the low poly set we can see that what we have is now a cube, which is almost perfect. We can still optimize a little bit more, which is that if we go to the face and the bottom, we select it, because we're never going to see it anywhere. We can press Shift V and mark as high detail, but now in face mode. So if we regenerate, we're going to unwrap, make low, make high, and we're going to check that the low poly is actually what we want. And yeah, it's just a box with no bottom face. Excellent. So now we can export and get ready to paint in Painter. And through the magic of editing, I've already baked everything and it looks exactly what we'd expect. Like, obviously the silhouette here is just going to be the silhouette of a cube, but apart from that, it's basically all we wanted. So mission accomplished. But the real benefit is, what if your boss comes along and says, I don't know, it looks a bit too much like a cube, can you make it less cubey? So all you have to do is you come here, you just say like, alright, I'm gonna add a big bevel to it, fine, gonna add some edges because it needs to be round. And then all you have to do is go, let's unwrap. Then you go make low, make high, re-export, and then you're all done. That's it. You don't have to re-delete all those faces and edges. It's all saved in the geometry itself. And surprise, surprise, it bakes just fine. So hopefully you now understand just how quickly you can iterate with GamiFlow by not having to manually delete edges ever again. You do it once, and then you just change your mesh as much as you want and rebake until you're satisfied.